Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very big welcome to tutorial 1 of ICT204 Project Management for Term 2 2021. My name is Fadi Kotob, and this is a recording that is available to anybody who is enrolled in this subject. We're going to basically discuss so many various topics. You can go through it. And one of the very important things I say, if you are listening to a recording, I very much encourage you to come to the classes face to face. Don't leave it to the recording, because we want to make sure we are engaging with you. We want to make sure we're going to go and nurture you, build your trust, help you communicate with your fellow students to be able to build the skills and the attributes that will make a great graduate that will be able to go and really get a job in real life. So that's what we want to go and get you to. So if you are listening to a recording, I recommend you go and start attending your classes every week to get the best knowledge. Today, we're going to go through a number of things. The first thing we're going to go through is the subject outline. We're going to go and work through on the key aspects of the outline and the assessments. And I want to say it's very, very important you attend your tutorial next week. And the reason why is because there are two things that are happening next week. The first one is there is a quiz that is going to go and test your understanding about what we have covered in week 1, which are 2 chapters. And then we are going to be talking about assignment 2 and what you need to go and do for that assignment, especially the foundational skills that you need to go and build to be able to go and do well in that assignment. So do not miss next week's tutorial. Do not rely on a recording. We want you to be face-to-face. We want you to learn. And this learning won't go and actually happen the way it should be if you're simply going to go and rely on coming online. So please make sure you do the right thing and you attend on a regular basis. So to be able to go and listen to be able to go and start talking about the subject outline, we're going to go, and I want you to all go to Moodle. And on Moodle, you're going to be able to go and select your subject. And you go and see on your subject outline. So I want you to go through the subject outline. I'm going to discuss a few things, and then I'm going to give you time to read some other things. But I'm going to start discussing some important stuff I want you to go and know about. The first thing is there is a subject coordinator. His name is Dave. If there's any things you would like to go and direct to the subject coordinator, you are very welcome to go and do so and make contact with Dave. Best way to contact Dave is via email, and he'll be able to go and respond to you on a timely basis. Second thing I want you to go and bear in mind is we are having 2 hours lecture and 2 hours tutorial. That is not enough to be able to go and get the best outcome in this subject. To get the best outcome in this subject, I expect you to go and be working and studying at least 6 more hours per week. So please make sure you go and do all of these things to be able to go and ensure you get the right outcomes and you get the right information. The third thing I would like to go and talk about is there are particular attributes that we are trying to go and teach you so that you can become a successful individual that could go and get a good job out there when you're going to go and start working in real life. So what are the skills? We want you to have the great knowledge. We want you to be able to think critically. We want you to build your ability to communicate with people, which is what you do all the time in IT. We want to make sure you have information literacy. We want to make sure you're going to go and have ability to solve problems. We want you to be ethical. We want you to learn about other cultures and be respectful of other cultures you need to go and work with. We want you to learn to work as part of a team. We want you to be professional. You can problem solve, you can plan, you can decide. You need to be professional all the time in everything you try to really go and do. So it's very important you go and think about all of these various concepts that we're trying to go and teach you. Build your attributes to be a successful individual who will get a great career in the information technology field. These are particularly the learning outcomes we are going to be teaching you. You need to learn about Agile. You need to learn about Pinbook. You need to basically explain the purpose of project management and the concepts, how do various concepts apply to Pinbook and to Agile. You need to make sure you're going to evaluate the status of project. You're going to identify and manage risks. You're going to recommend, corrective actions. So when we go and tell you about all of these learning outcomes, where are these applicable? If I go and show you the assessments, you see, this is, assessment 1, you're going to demonstrate learning outcome A. Assessment 2 and 3, you're going to have to do learning outcome B and D and C and D. Assessment 4, you're going to have to go and show me an understanding of learning outcome C. And the final exam, you're going to have to show me the learning outcomes A, B, C, and D. We can never tell you from now whether your exam is going to be face-to-face or online. Last semester, it was face-to-face. Now that there's COVID, if COVID is hitting at that time where we need to do the exam, your exam most likely going to be online. So you need to wait and see, but make the assumption that the exam is going to be face-to-face, which is going to be a closed book exam, and make that assumption from now, because if everything is open, if there's no COVID issue, that's how your exam is going to really be. Now, going back up, every week we are covering something. Next week, we have the quiz, was 5%. It's going to go and test your understanding of chapters 1 and 2. And then we're going to have the assignment 2 due in week 6, which is going to go and show me that you can know how to apply all of these things I'm teaching you about the project management body of knowledge. Then we're going to have in week 11, assignment 3 that is due, which is your Agile assignment. And you're going to have the 5% quiz that you need to go and show me you are able to go and really solve. Now, continuing, guys, you're going to go and have to continue. You notice that we have information about the assignments. This is assignment 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And these are the textbook we are going to be using for your subject. Now, finally, I would like to say when you are going to be doing research for your assignment, you need to go and be using the EBSCO databases, making research using EBSCO. And you need to go and access some quality journals, like some of them are actually listed here. So something to go and really bear in mind. There are also relevant websites you might be able to go and visit. And I'll leave that for you to be able to go and make that decision. Now, what I want to go and do, I want to give you some time to go and read a few things. I want you to go and read about assignment 1. I want you to read about assignment 2. And I want you to read about assignment 3, as well as have some reading about assignment 4. After you do that, we're going to have a quick discussion about that. And then I'll be proceeding to the next task for the night, which is to go and help you to go and set up your groups. So start looking at the subject outline, start looking at all of these assessments, and then we'll be able to continue further once you've already finished that task. Obviously, for those who are at home, please make sure you're doing that task and having your reading before you're going to go and continue playing that recording. Thank you.